pala.
Yan.
Good evening. I am the facilitator for today, and my topic is Me and My Work Part 2. Introduction, Genesis chapter 39, verse 20 to 23. Review, that's our last topic. We have discussed the characteristic of an ideal employee. Joseph serves his employer as God-fearing and trustworthy person. Sa last topic natin, na-discuss po natin yung characteristic ng isang ideal employee na si Joseph, paano siya nag-serve sa kanyang employer bilang isang God-fearing tsaka isang kapapagkatiwalaang tao. Now we will discuss how Joseph responded and continued to the right thing despite the wrong accusation to him. Ngayon, i-discuss po natin yung kung paano nag-respond, paano tinugunan ni Joseph at tinuloy ang mga mabubuting gawain kahit na maraming nag-aakusa sa kanya ng mga background. Potiphar wife falsely accused Joseph of sexual assault. Background is dito naman sa yung wife ni Potiphar, bintangan si Joseph ng sexual assault kahit hindi naman nangyari. Potiphar believed her lies and become very angry. Siyempre si Potiphar, naniwala siya sa asawa niya at nagalit lalo kay Joseph. Potiphar had Joseph put in prison. Pinakulong ni Potiphar si Joseph. Joseph as the model prisoner. Genesis 39, verse 20b to 23. But while Joseph was there in the prison, the Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and brought him favor in the eyes of the prison warden. Ngayon, kahit nakakulong si Joseph doon sa kulungan, yung Panginoon yung ang nagpakita sa kanya ng parang naging parang talaga yung Panginoon, ginabayan pa rin siya ng Panginoon, tapos parang na siya sa warden, parang parang mabait sa kanya yung warden dahil sa Panginoon. The Lord was with Joseph and showed him kindness. Yun nga, nasa patabi pa rin ni Joseph ang Panginoon kahit nasa kulungan na. Joseph was confident that he was not alone during his imprisonment. It was not easy for Joseph to suffer from the consequences when he did nothing wrong. But Joseph did not focus on this bad situation. Rather, he trusted God and kept doing the right. Naging confident si Joseph kahit na nakakulong siya, na hindi siya mag-isa. Siyempre, hindi naman madali sa kanya yun na nagsasuffer siya na hindi naman niya kasalanan. Wala naman siya talagang ginawang masama. Pero talagang nag-focus na lang si Joseph na magtiwala na sa Panginoon at gawin na lang yung tama. Genesis 39, verse 20b to 23. But while Joseph was there in prison, the Lord was with him. He showed him kindness and granted his favor to the prison warden. And yun nga yun. Tapos the Lord granted Joseph favor in the eyes of warden. Yun nga yun yung parang binigyan ng favor ng Panginoon si Joseph sa mga mata ng warden. Parang naging mabait sa kanya para sa kanya yung warden. But while Joseph was there in the prison, the Lord was with him. He showed kindness and granted favor to the warden. So the warden put Joseph in charge of all those held in the prison, and he was made responsible for all that was done there. Bali, parang ginawa ng warden na responsible si Joseph sa lahat ng nangyayari sa prison. At lahat ng mga ginagawa nila doon. The warden put Joseph in charge of prisoners and procedures. Again, Joseph was trusted and put in charge of everything in the prison. Whenever you put a man his character will still be the same. The character of Joseph was manifested not only to his employer but even during his imprisonment. Kahit nga dun sa imprisonment, ang character ni Joseph talagang ganun pa rin talaga sa naging employer niya. Talagang ginagawa niya yung dapat gawin niya bilang talagang isang pagkakatiwalaang empleyado. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. Ayun nga, parang ginagabayan nga ng Panginoon si Joseph sa lahat ng ginagawa niya. Tapos lahat ng ginagawa ni Joseph ay tama sa loob ng kulungan. With Joseph in charge, the warden didn't worry about anything. Parang hindi na nag-worry yung warden sa lahat ng mga ginagawa doon sa loob. The warden paid no attention to anything under Joseph's care because the Lord was with Joseph and gave him success in whatever he did. The warden recognized that it was God who made Joseph successful. Yun nga, na-recognize na ng warden na yung Panginoon yung nagbigay ng success kay Joseph. Joseph was often treated unfairly because life is not fair. Si Joseph, minsan hindi talaga siya tinitreat ng talagang singa, hindi naman talaga buhay. Joseph focused more on present opportunities than disappointments. Si Joseph, nag-focus siya mismo sa kung ano yung nasa harap niya, yung mga present opportunities, kaysa isipin pa yung mga nagdaan ng mga pangyayari. Joseph based his choices on God's character, not on his own circumstances. Joseph naman, binibase niya yung mga choices niya kung ano ang gusto ng Panginoon at hindi yung kung ano yung gusto niya. Less than similar acts and mediocre performance results in a negative appraisal of one's worth and value in the company. Life goals. Work willingly. Parang dito, pinapaliwanag ng life goals na kung ano yung maliit na ginagawa or sakto lang na ginagawa mo na nagre-resulta ng negative appraisal, parang may value din sa company. Work willingly at whatever you do as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Talagang kailangan pag nagtatrabaho tayo, kailangan willing tayo sa kahit anong ginagawa natin. Parang nagtatrabaho tayo para sa Panginoon. Kundi lamang sa mga tao. Parang mas hindi na natin nagtatrabaho tayo sa Panginoon, hindi lang para sa mga tao. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward and that the master you are serving is Christ. Ngayon nga, habang tatrabaho tayo, talagang isipin natin na bibigyan tayo ng Lord ng inheritance na reward. Tapos isipin natin na sineserve na si Jesus Christ. Reflections, questions. Number 1. Why is it important to still to do the right thing even in times you are treated unfairly? Minsan talaga para sa akin, kailangan gawin pa rin natin yung mga tamang gawain kahit hindi na tayo kunyari sa trabaho pag alam mong mali, huwag mo nang gawin. So, kailangan gawin pa rin natin yung tamang gawain. Or kunyari, yung may kasama tayo sa trabaho, hindi tayo kunyari, inaapi tayo, ganun. Pakisama na lang tayo. Tapos, hayaan na lang natin sila. Wag na lang natin siguro pansinin kahit na ginaganon tayo. Kahit gawin na lang din natin yung trabaho natin. Kasi yun yung tama. In what ways have you experienced disappointment in a career or relationship? Siguro yung sa pag-aaral yung naisip ako ng matagal, 5 taon. So, yun, nakaka-disappoint kasi dapat graduate na. Ayun. What can you do to shift your focus from past disappointment to present opportunities? Yun nga, natigil na ako sa pag-aaral. Tapos, ang kailangan kong gawin is para ngayon nag-aaral at magpo-focus na lang kasi graduating na rin. Mag-focus na lang para mawala na yung disappointment sa mga dating nagdaan. Ma-focus ko na sa mga pangyayari ngayon, yung isip ko. Yun lang. Next.
Yun. Yun. Sa akin naman, sa number 1 is, why is important to still do the right thing even in times you are treated unfair. Kagaya nga ni Joseph, yung pinakita niya pa rin na character niya kahit masama na yung ginagawa sa kanya. Wala naman siyang ginawang mali, pero yun, binabalikan siya ng masamang gawain. Kahit di naman yung ginawa, yun nga, natitreat siya ng unfair. Yun ang kaya kahit para sa akin, kahit anong gawin na masama sa'yo, gantihan mo pa rin ang mabuti kasi yung sabi nga dito si God tumitingin sa character ng tao. Sa number 2 naman, in what ways have you experienced disappointment in your career or relationships? Yun nga, sa akin sa pag-aaral, yung career ko sa kasi ito nga, puro bagsak din ako dahil yan, late, naman ganun, ang dami kong nasayang na time. Sana graduate na ako, nakakapag-work na ako, nakatulong na ako sa magulang ko. Pero ngayon, yun nga, ayun yung naging disappointment ko. So number 3, what can you do to shift your focus from past disappointments to present opportunities? Yun nga, kahit nandiyan yung mga disappointments, yan, hindi ko dapat i-focus yung sarili ko doon sa yung isip ko doon sa dapat ako doon mag-focus sa disappointment na nangyari sa buhay ko. Bale, kung ano man yung nasa present opportunities na kailangan kong gawin, ayun, doon ako mag-focus dapat. Gaya ng ginawa ni Joseph, kung ano man yung nakaraan na yun, masamang nangyari sa nakaraan, yun nga, sa present na lang dapat mag-focus. Yun. Next ka na dyan.
Good evening. Number 1, why is it important to still do the right thing even in times you are treated unfairly? Ayun nga. Kahit ano man gawin nila sa iyo, huwag mo rin gawin sana, huwag kang bumawi, gawin mo lang mabuti. Kasi ganoon naman dapat talaga, di ba? Kahit ano pag gawin nila, mo lang. So, kailangan mo pa rin magandang gawain. Number 2, in what ways have you experienced disappointment in your career or relationships? Ayun, sa number 2, yung pag-aaral ko din. Kasi napabayaan. May mga subject na di kinuha, na late na sa enroll. Kaya yun, daming binabalikan. Dagdagan ng taon sa college. What can you do to shift your focus from past disappointments to present opportunities? Ayun, ayusin lang tapos tapusin na, gumawa lahat ng projects. Tapos magsipag. Ayun lang, thank you.
Next topic tayo. Just ikaw na to ulit. Tuloy-tuloy lang tayo pa. Kasi tagal na rin dyan. And just pakilala tas topic.
Good evening. Jas Nayondas. My topic is Me and My Heart Part 1. Introduction. How will you handle your heart toward those who impose so much on you? Can you handle abundance as well as adversity? So, dito. This lesson would help us to see how challenges of life build our character to become the person God wants us to be. Sa lesson nga to, yun. Lahat ng topic natin is kung paano mag-build si God ng character by pagbibigyan niya sila pagsubok ng mga problema. God rarely takes any of us directly from point A to point B in the most direct and efficient route. Life is filled with purposeful and planned detours because God is more interested in developing our character than fulfilling our dream. Ayun nga, bago natin yung buhay natin na ginawa ni God is madami na talagang pagsubok, madaming pagdadaanan para ma-build up yung character hanggang sa pag nabot natin yung dream, ayos na yung character natin. Our destination is not only God's only concern. Hindi lang yun. Para sa ating ring character development, para sa pamumuhay natin dito sa pag-isama. Our character development is equally, if not more important, so what we are prepared for that destination. Yes, mahirap umangat ng hindi pa maganda yung pag-grow mo. We look at the life of Joseph and we've seen that God took his life on major detour before placing him in his dream job. Ayun nga, yung kay Joseph, ang dami niya sobrang pinagdaanan mula sa pamilya niya hanggang, ayun, marating niya na yung pangarap niya. Before God could use Joseph me, he had to make Joseph me into a usable man. That God used a zigzag pattern in Joseph's life with servitude and imprisonment. Ayun nga. Yung sa mga nangyari sa buhay ni Joseph, lalo sa pamilya niya, tapos nakulong siya dahil sa maling akusasyon sa kanya. Nevertheless, Joseph's character and faithfulness never diminished. Ayun nga. Kahit sa mga ganong pinagdaanan niya, yung paniniwala niya ganun pa rin, tsaka yung character niya, hindi man nagtanim na sa mga loob, patuloy pa din siya sa mga positive thoughts. Big idea of me and my heart is when you have beaten up, forgotten, abandoned, imprisoned, and you've gone through it all and found great success and your dreams fulfilled. So, ayun. At yun mapapagdaanan natin bago natin makamit yung pangarap natin. Sarap sa feeling. Ang daming pinagdaanan bago mo maabot yung mga gusto mo. The dilemma. Si Joseph was rejected by his brothers dahil sa kaingitan ng mga kapatid niya bilang favorite ng tatay niya. Sold into slavery by the Knights. Ayun nga. Falsely accused by Potiphar's wife. Ayun nga. Dahil doon sa pag-akusasyon ng rape, raping daw siya ng asawa ni Potiphar. Yun yung dahil lang ba't siya nakulong. Unjustly imprisoned by Potiphar. Forgotten by chief cupbearer. Yung cupbearer na yun is napanaginipan ni Joseph yung mangyari sa kanya na ayan, nasa position niya ngayon. Pero ngayong nasa position na siya, wala siyang nakalimutan niya na si Joseph. And now, at last, Joseph is one with all the power and authority. Finally, is the one in control. Ayun nga, nung naabot na pangarap niya, taas niya na. Pero kahit nasa ganun na siya, wala. Hindi pa rin naman masama ugali niya. Pero sinubok niya yung iba't iba niyang kapatid. Yun. Joseph's heart has been deeply wounded over and over. Dahil nga sa mga pagsubok, lalo na sa pamilya niya. So, yung life ni Joseph, ito, nasa diagram is, una, love by father pataas, hated by brothers, approved by Potiphar, accused by Potiphar's wife, approved by warden, forgotten by cupbearer, approved by Para. So, yung kita naman natin, di ba, yung buhay ni Joseph, taas baba. Pero natapos yung buhay niya ng pataas at doon niya naabot na yung pangarap niya. Why would God allow all these detours? Because God cares more about the development of the dreamer than He cares about the fulfillment of the dream. Ay nga, kanina na mas gusto ni God yung character development na mag-growth kesa sa maabot mo yung pangarap mo. Kasi yung pangarap mo nandyan na yun, pero character development mo is mahirap. Next part of the discussion will go through the challenges Joseph encountered and how it develops him as the person God wanted him to be. So for the second topic, me and my heart part 2. Introduction. Why would God allow all these detours? Because God cares more about the development of the dreamer than He cares about the fulfillment of the dream. The famine was severe all around the world, including Canaan. Jacob heard there was a grain in Egypt and sent his son there to buy some. Jacob sent 10 sons to Egypt but insisted that Benjamin stay home. Genesis 42, 6-13. When they arrived in Egypt, they bowed down to Joseph, fulfilling the dream God had revealed years ago. Joseph recognized his brother right away but pretended to be a stranger. And ginawa ni Joseph yun para i-test ang kapatid niya. Joseph spoke to them harshly and accused them of being spies. The brothers tried to convince Joseph they were honest men. The test. Joseph tested their character by keeping one of the brothers in prison while the rest returned to Canaan to deliver food and bring Benjamin to Egypt. And binigyan niya ng pagsubok yung mga kapatid niya. Titingnan niya kung paano magre-react yung mga kapatid niya. The brothers believed they were being punished by God because of how they treated Joseph. So ayun, parang na-konsensya na nga sila dahil sa mga pinaggagawa nila dati. Reuben said they were guilty and would have to give an account for Joseph's blood. The brothers did not realize Joseph understood their whole conversation while he used an interpreter. Joseph turned away from them and began to weep. So, for chapters 42 to 47, record a lot of details as the brothers travel home and back to Egypt. Joseph is testing their character. So he's also giving himself time to decide what to do. So for the reunions, Genesis 43, 26-31. When the brothers returned to Egypt with Benjamin, they bowed down to Joseph 2 more times. Joseph was deeply moved when he saw Benjamin and left the room to weep in private. Joseph asked about his father and found out Jacob was still alive. The brothers were terrified because of their guilt. Joseph told them not to be distressed and told them it was really God who had sent him to Egypt. Joseph sent his brothers to get their father and bring him back to Egypt and promised to provide everything they needed. Joseph kissed all his brothers and wept over them. Genesis 45:25 to 28. The brothers returned to Canaan and told their father that Joseph was alive and was the ruler of all Egypt. Jacob was stunned and struggled to believe them. After seeing all the provisions Joseph had sent, Jacob was convinced and eager to see his son. When the family arrived in Egypt, Joseph hugged his father and wept for a long time. Jacob said he could now die in peace since he knew Joseph was alive. Genesis 47:11 to 12. So Joseph settled his father and his brothers in Egypt and gave them property in the best part of the land, the district of Ramesses as Pharaoh directed. Joseph also provided his father and his brothers all his father's household with food, according to the number of their children. Joseph settled his family in the richest part of the Egypt and provided them with food during the famine. Joseph often made the right choice, but the Bible makes it clear that his decision to forgive was a deep struggle. These three major events in the life of Joseph have significant roles in the development of Joseph's character and faith. God allowed these events to reveal his purpose in Joseph's life. Sometimes we don't understand the reason why we have to go through a lot of unwanted circumstances and doubts God's plan in our life. But just like Joseph, who trusted God more than anyone's circumstances in his life, we have also to trust the process of God and see the beauty of what God is doing in and through our lives. So, ayun lang po. Thank you.